From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger. Here's your evening update. Now before we get into Kruger's Quickcast, I do want to remind you that you can, if you didn't get a chance to see it last night, you can see the comet. Now you're probably saying, what are you talking about? Well, take a look. This is what it looked like from Kevin's perspective here. I want to thank Kevin for sending this beautiful picture, by the way. Lights from Blue Lake, lights from Eureka. There you can see the fog along the coast. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, for those of you that are wondering, can I see it? Yes, you can see it for the next couple of days. Here's what you need to do. Look to the western sky shortly after sunset. Now, it can be seen with the naked eye, but it will be much more spectacular with binoculars. And over the next, really as we approach Halloween, it'll be getting dimmer and dimmer and higher above the horizon. So the sooner you get out to take a look at it, the better. But you'll be able to see it here in the next week and a half or so. So be sure to check that out. Should be really a spectacular sight. Should be fun. And again, if you have binoculars, it's even better. All right, so here's a look at your Quickcast here for tonight. Temperatures low 50s for the north end of the valley, upper 50s heading to the south. Mainly 30s and 40s for the higher elevations and low 50s out along the coast. Now, as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning, I think there'll still be some haze for parts of the valley, especially at the north end around Redding. South of that, mainly clear skies. Some fog for the coast. There you can see those temperatures still on the cool side, even for the valley, in those low 50s. Now, again, let's talk about that smoke. So tonight, still some haze out there. You may smell that just faint smell of smoke, but otherwise, just the haze. Most of that smoke is to the north and east of the shoe fire. Let's take you into tomorrow morning. Again, still some of that haze hanging out in parts of the valley and even east of that into Lassen and Modoc County. Of course, that's also the case for eastern Siskiyou. By noon, we start to see the winds begin to shift, and then by the afternoon coming in from the south. That should blow most of the smoke to the north, northeast of the fire, southeastern Siskiyou, a good portion of Modoc, and just north of Bernie, seeing some of that smoke and haze. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast here. And here you can see, of course, a little bit of that rain up to the north. This is a very weak system that's just going to clip Northern California as we go through the day, really so tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Otherwise dry through the day. There you can see temperatures tomorrow, low 80s. 70s for most of the higher elevations, although places like Weaverville about 80. It's also the case for Willow Creek. Low 60s for the coast. All right, so we take a look at your 7-day outlook, and here's what we're going to do. I'm going to still put the chance for showers in there for Wednesday, Thursday, but it depends on which forecast model you look at. Even as we're only 24, 48 hours out, and there's still some discrepancy in some of those short-range forecast models. So for now, I'm keeping the chance in there. If you ask me, at this point, I'd say I wouldn't count on much, if anything, especially in the valley. But again, we're going to keep that chance for wording in there. We'll take a closer look at that in the deeper dive forecast. If you want more details on that, stick around. But there you can see maybe another chance for showers by early next week. That also doesn't look very promising. All right, so we take a look at your 7-day outlook for Siskiyou, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains. So the better chances will be tomorrow night for places like Mount Shasta, Alturas, and even Susanville area. Otherwise, on Thursday, yeah, maybe another chance for showers. But again, we'll get into that in a little bit more detail. By the way, you may be wondering, why don't you cover the fires during the afternoon and evening update? Well, there's a reason for that, because as you know, I record these weather updates, even the morning update. However, what I tend to do is take some of the information and give you a detailed update on the fires, if there are fires in the area, at 6 o'clock in the morning and during Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m., which is a live show. Otherwise, if through the day and even in the evening you want the latest on the fires, all you got to do is go to weathernorcal.com, click on that fire section, and I put everything you need to know in one convenient location. So check that out. All right, here's what we got going on in your deeper dive forecast. Dry and warm to start the week. That, of course, was the day today. That's the case here for tomorrow. Cooler, with the potential for showers by the middle of the week. Wednesday, even Thursday. Elevated fire risk, by the way, for Thursday, Friday, even Saturday. And the temperatures just continuing that roller coaster ride. They're going up and down and up and down. All right, let's take a look at the winds and that fire danger. So you can see the winds are actually starting to pick up a little bit here, especially off to the east tomorrow afternoon. Here we are Wednesday. Now they're beginning to pick up for the valley, and they'll get even stronger for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now the humidity could be worse. We're at about 20-25% for the valley. That's actually not bad for us. And it looks like that'll be the case again for Wednesday and in the 30% range off in the eastern mountains, but they'll probably lower as the winds pick up on Thursday. So you can see here, the National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch for Thursday through Saturday of this week due to gusty winds and low humidity. It's October. We're still in the fire season. Kind of hard to believe when we're talking about this, right? Chances for rain. So there's tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're maybe seeing, so here's the thing. We got this very weak system that's just going to clip extreme Northern California. So places like Del Norte by tomorrow evening, by tomorrow night, maybe places like Wairika and Doris seeing a chance for a shower. Then early Wednesday morning, maybe around Modoc County and northeastern parts of Lassen County as well, and maybe even as far south as Susanville. That's Wednesday morning. But by Wednesday afternoon, this particular forecast model is keeping us dry entirely. However, if you look at a couple of other shorter range forecast models, it actually shows a bit of a weak cold front passing through, even bringing with it the potential for some measurable rainfall for parts of the valley and, of course, all of the higher elevations. In fact, even though we're not seeing any rain on Futurecast, look what is showing up here on rainfall totals. It actually is picking up on some measurable rainfall, especially for the north end of the valley, slimmer chances to the south, but again, you can see just how insignificant Wednesday's system will be should we see any rain. Just not going to be a lot. It shouldn't be enough to really dampen any plans outdoors. Let's take you into Thursday. So you see I have an area of low pressure right here to our north. It's a cold area of low pressure. That's why the blue, that's the snow. That's why we're seeing snow in the mountains, but that's above 6,000 feet. But you can see as it kind of pushes down to the south and east, we're seeing the chance for showers. And even the valley could get in on some of those showers by Thursday. Now, this is what we call an inside slider. As it moves to our north and east down to the south, those winds begin to pick up. This is classic. You got high pressure to the west, low pressure to our east, sandwiched between the two. You have these tightly packed, see these lines are isobars. When they're tightly packed together, the winds pick up. This is a classic setup for a gusty north wind event for Thursday, Friday, and this is going to linger into Saturday too, folks. So the high fire danger continues in the first half of the weekend. By Sunday, that low pressure kind of moves off to the east. The isobars spread apart, the winds die down as a result. Now, there may be a passing shower on Monday, but what's going to happen is this, and what I'm seeing both in the GFS, which is this, the American Forecast Model, and the European, is an area of low pressure is going to dive down to the south around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. What happens is then we start to see high pressure build in from the south and east of us, and that keeps us dry. Now, we may eventually see this shift eastward, but we're talking about Tuesday of next week, folks, before we start to see this type of activity move in. But really what we can take from this is that we're getting more into a cooler and wetter pattern. And when I say wetter, yeah, maybe a chance for showers, but again, not a lot. In fact, we look at the GFS long-range forecast model. This is taking basically now all the way through Sunday night. Look where most of the rain is. In the mountains and along the coast. It's not even picking up on any rainfall for the valley. This is the GFS. However, if you look at the European forecast model, it would be showing anywhere from, just a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall to maybe close to a tenth of an inch of rain. Just depends. So I want to show you a different forecast model here. You see what it's doing through Sunday? Same time frame that you just looked at, but now you can see we're looking at anywhere from a hundredth to a tenth of an inch of rainfall. And more than that in the higher elevations. So Wednesday, Thursday, still a little bit up in the air as far as what's going to happen. But if you want my opinion, at this point, it's a very weak system. So anything we do see will be very light, including in the mountains. I think this actually might be a little overly aggressive, especially off towards Del Norte County, where it's showing close to an inch of rainfall. But when you look at the Climate Prediction Center over the next 10 days or so, wetter than normal category. So remember I was talking about, we're seeing cooler temperatures. We're getting closer to normal for this time of the year in the long range. So we're getting into that cooler pattern and that wetter pattern as well. Definitely a welcome sight, right? But we're just not seeing a ton of rain. No big storms heading our way, which is good. We don't want a big storm. We just want the rain. But there you can see that roller coaster that I was talking about, 70s, 80s, 70s, and 80s. That's essentially what we're looking at here for the next 10 days or so. All right, so here's your wave heights. There you can see they're coming in from the, basically they'll be weakening as we go into 6 p.m. Then we go into Wednesday in the afternoon. They're going to be even weaker at that point. Marine forecast, well, it looks like those winds will be out of the northeast. There's going to be some of that patchy morning fog that we do need to be aware of. Here's what we have in store for us tonight. Low to mid 50s. We saw that a little bit earlier. 30s and 40s for the higher elevations and low 50s along the coast. By the way, for Thursday night through Friday morning, we actually got a freeze watch with temperatures upper 20s to low 30s for those overnight lows. So again, that's what I was talking about. We're getting that time of the year. Those colder temperatures are starting to come into play. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Upper 70s to even some low 80s out there. 80 for Weaverville, 82 degrees for Douglas City. Ruth about 73 degrees. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast. Again, we're talking about that chance for showers. I talked about that in detail earlier, so you get the idea. And then just a slight chance coming into Monday of next week as well. Otherwise, for your Tuesday, I do expect mainly dry conditions. Now, places like Smith River, Crescent City, Gas Key, maybe a passing shower late in the day Tuesday night. Otherwise, dry for the rest of us for tomorrow. Siskiyou County, places like Happy Camp, Ashland, Hornbrook, Wairika, maybe Fort Jones, McDowell, Doris, Tennant. All of these areas possibly by Tuesday night seeing a chance for a passing shower. That's it, but we'll be dry through the day tomorrow. All right, then we take you into Modoc County. Same story there. Tule Lake, Fort Bidwell, El Turris, Cedarville. Really all of Modoc County seeing a chance for showers late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Otherwise dry through the day on Tuesday. Eastern Mountains, we could see a passing shower, especially to the east as we go into early Wednesday morning. Otherwise dry through the day tomorrow with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Those temperatures low 80s for Corning southward and even some upper 70s in there with 79 degrees for Biggs and Gridley. Up to the north, 83 for Reading, 78 degrees for Whiskeytown, 78 in Lakehead and Red Bluff, about 82 degrees. We take a look at your 7-day outlook for Reading. And there you can see temperatures are dropping Wednesday, Thursday, back up in the low 80s by Saturday, Sunday, and back down again by Monday with a high of 75. That's your evening update. I'll be back at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Have a good night.
Barr & Mudford is a top established firm here in the North State. Founded over a half-century ago, Barr & Mudford is protecting the rights of our neighbors and community. We take our commitment to our clients very seriously and provide a level of excellence unrivaled in the North State. Barr & Mudford, standing up for the rights of our neighbors and our beautiful community, serving Northern California with excellence.